Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. This week I have another beautiful style to show you from Jon Renau's Smart Lace Lite collection. This is Julianne Lite in Shaded Mocha. Before we start, as always, I wanted to ask if you haven't done so already, please subscribe down below, like and comment, and we'll get started. All right, so as you can see, Julianne Lite is just an adorable beach wavy style. She has these loose waves all around. And the color, this shaded mocha, is just such a fun color. And it also is included in that list of colors where Jon Renau has added lighter fibers in the front. So I'm excited to show you all the details for the style and the color. But I wanted to go ahead and show her to you right out of the box. I haven't done anything to this style. And then we will work on her a little bit together. So let's go ahead and look at some of the details. Here is the lace front, and you can see the beautiful colors that are now in the front that creates that beautiful hairline, soft with virtually invisible knots. So I love that. We will work on the part line later together. There's still a bit of a zigzag parting on there. And let's go ahead and take a look at this beautiful curl pattern that I haven't loosened, I haven't shaken the wig, I've done nothing. So let's see what that looks like from all sides right out of the box. Here she is from the right. And the back. And the left. Just a beautiful beach wavy style made with synthetic fibers. And that is one of the reasons I really wanted to show you this style, because I've reviewed at least a couple of beach wavy styles recently that were heat friendly. And I wanted to show you this one because it is synthetic, not heat friendly. And as a result, the maintenance should be a little lower on this one. So next we will work on her a little bit. We'll look at the cap construction. We'll go over some styling options for this style. And lastly, I'll take her outside so that we can take a look at her in natural light. So first, let's go ahead and remove this zigzag parting so that we can see if we can create a nice natural scalp appearance with the part line. So I just have my rat tail comb. And as always, I'm just going to run it kind of along that zigzag, maybe in the middle of it. And we'll separate that out. All right. And you can already see a nice part line there. I will be adding a little bit of silicone tape, especially in the front here, where you can see my dark bio hair underneath peeking through. I want to create a more natural scalp appearance all the way to the front hairline. Let's go ahead and remove her, and I want to show you, so the ear tabs are here, but Jon Renau recommends not using the ear tabs to remove the light collection from your head when you're taking the wig off. They recommend you using your hands and sliding them into the fibers and then kind of squeezing your fingers together and just gently lifting the wig off. And that way you are not disturbing the lace that runs all the way along the ear tabs there. This lace is delicate and needs to be handled with care. So now that we've removed her, I want to give her a good shake. This is what I like to do with the wavy styles, just to separate these curls out a little bit and not have them be so perfectly styled the way they are now. That'll be a more natural look. So let's go ahead and do that. Just give her a good shake. Kind of from all sides. And then once I've kind of loosened up those curls and we put her back on, then I will finger comb her. I prefer to do that over using a comb for these wavy styles. All right, put her back on. I like to hold it by the nape and then just place it on the forehead and pull back. There we go. And we may have to part her again. I was wondering if it would fall into place. So you can see we've loosened up those curls quite a bit, and even though this is a light collection style, you are getting volume, which of course you will with these waves. So let's just gently kind of finger comb through here and smooth it out just a little bit. I feel like the monofilament top, or if it's a part as well, is one of the features you're paying for. So I absolutely want to show that off. And I just think it makes the wig look more natural as well when you have a little bit of a part line showing. And I'll go ahead and get my tools so that we can steam these fibers away from the face a little bit. You can see that they're wanting to fall right in my face, and I absolutely prefer a little bit more of a swept away from the face look. So we have our clip here. I'll clip this in place, and then when I take it off, before I put it on my blockhead, I will look very carefully to make sure that the part line is exactly where I want it to be. So I'll get my tools and I'll be right back. All right, so I have her on my blockhead, and I have my iSteam steamer here that I like to use. And so first we will steam the new part line in place so that it stays that way when you take the wig off and put her back on. We'll steam the fibers away from the face a little bit, and then we'll let her cool. So here we go. And as I'm doing this, please note that I am trying to stay away from the lace front and only steam the fibers. I like to use a time lapse here while I'm steaming because I've done this numerous times in my videos, and I have a video dedicated to how to steam a wig away from the face, and I'll post a link down below. All right, now I need to let this cool so that this new style will set, and then I'll be back. I'll have her on my head and we'll see what we've accomplished. First, I wanted to show you, I did go ahead and place some silicone tape there under the part line to create that scalp appearance I was telling you about, which really you only need to do if you have dark bio hair underneath there. So this is the tape I like to use. It's the AWD silicone scar tape that I purchased from Amazon. And we'll see that when we look at the cap construction, you can see where I placed it. So yes, I think that part line is looking wonderful. Let's go ahead and remove the clips. See that, hopefully that'll just fall beautifully away from the face. And it's nice and cool now, as I mentioned. It needs to cool completely. It can be a little bit damp still, but it should be cool. I think that is much better. I'm liking that. Let's go ahead and test it. I'm leaning forward. Absolutely, this is what I like, and I really prefer this to using products or to using a hot air brush. I just feel it's not quite as effective for training fibers to move away from the face. I like to use a hot air brush if I'm relaxing waves or curls, but for this I like to use the steamer, and I think it works extremely well, especially for synthetic fibers. The heat friendly may be a little less well. So all right, well, that's what she looks like now. I'm liking that a lot. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cap construction. So I'll remove her the way we've been taught by Jon Renau. And we'll take a look at the inside. So here we have the silicone tape that I applied under the part line. I can remove this, and then before I put her back on, we'll put it right back on there. All right, so we have a beautiful mono top, which is very luxurious, and this way you can part this wig center, left, or right, whichever you prefer. You have an ear-to-ear lace front, as you can see, comes all the way to the bottom of the ear tabs. That is a very luxurious feature and really allows you to style this wig away from the face with a natural hair growth appearance all along there. You have these polyurethane ear tabs with metal stays inside. You can apply adhesive here if you need for extra security. Then you have an extended nape, a little extra coverage, and then you have this silicone strip, and that grips and also helps with security. And as you can see, I have some very fine and thin bio hair, and I have worn a number of these light wigs, and the silicone nape does not bother me at all, and I think it does provide security. And then you have a hand-tied cap with these 3 stretchy sections, the center section especially, but also these sections are also stretchy, so you end up with a pretty stretchy cap. So yes, overall, this is just a wonderful, oh, one more thing, the Velcro adjusters, yes, of course, so you can adjust her to your circumference. So absolutely a very luxurious cap construction on Julianne Lite. Okay, let's look at some styling options. With a style like this, you can do quite a few things. You have enough length that you can style this into an updo, pull it away from your face, and I like to just show you a few everyday options, just simple little do's. So first, let's do the ear tuck. I always like to test this. Yep, it's low density, no bulging, very cute and very practical. You can easily just take it back out. You can do that with both ears. So that's very simple. Another thing I like to do with these wavy styles is just take a few fibers from the front, give them a little twist. I have a barrette, fasten that there, and then let those waves just kind of cascade there. That's very pretty. That's a good look. Then, of course, the headband is another simple option. Just a simple headband here. Arrange those curls the way you like them. And let's go ahead quickly and look at the lace front. Now you can see it very clearly. So I absolutely would trim this back. This is too wide, this lace here. And also when you get near the ears here, I have the bio hair underneath that the lace is sitting on top of. So I would trim that back to where the knots start here. And then if you need to, let's just talk real quick about coverage. You've got, this is where the ear tabs end. I'm bending it so you can see it ends here on me. So if you want to compare your measurements to my measurements, I have that in the description box down below. So yeah, that's the amount of coverage you get. You could also, of course, use a little root powder or blend this, whatever you need to do to make the sides and the edges work here for yourself. But the headband is a good little look. All right, and then let's look at one updo. I have this, it's kind of it's a hair scarf, but with a scrunchie attached. I got this at Anthropologie, and it's just so much fun, and it just adds a little extra bulk in the back because the bun that you create with this, at least on my head, ends up being pretty small, so I like to add a little something extra there. So, I think it's fun if you pull out a few little face framing layers. Let's maybe do that. And I'm going to use a simple hair tie first because that will just hold it in place really well. And then I smooth those fibers back. And then I'm pushing the cap down at the nape to try to create as much coverage as possible in the back. I do have my bio hair tucked under. And then I'll make a little low ponytail back there. Fluff that a little, and you can see that that's just a little ponytail. And then I'll take this little tie and I like to have these little bits hanging down. And then I'll wrap that around. Let's take a look from all sides. Here she is from the right, and the back, and the left. Just a lot of versatility with this little style. You can always pull fibers down to give yourself a little more coverage on the sides. But yeah, I think you can do a lot with this style. It's pretty, just worn loose or in an updo. Next, we'll go ahead and take this outside to get a good look at this beautiful color in natural light. Okay, so Shaded Mocha is just a beautiful warm blonde is the effect that I'm getting. You have, of course, this beautiful dark root and then these lighter fibers in the front that Jon Renau has introduced to this color in the Light collection and a few other collections. I just love it. I just hope that we will see more of this in other colors and collections as well. So yes, let me go ahead and read you the description for this blend. We have two blondes blended together. We have a medium natural ash and a light natural gold blonde blend. And that's what you're seeing throughout. You have that 8 in the rooting, and the T in the code stands for tipped. And I looked that up, and apparently the tips should be a little more bold in the highlighting color. And I looked carefully and I can see maybe a little bit of that, but I'm not seeing very noticeable tipped color. It just looks more like a blend of those two colors to me. But let's take a look at our sample from the coloring. So here you have it. You have this 8 rooting. You can see that there. And then we have the lighter color, this 24, and the 18, the darker color. Almost looks a little brunette, but it's in the blonde family. They're both in the blonde family, and those are blended together throughout. You'll see the highlighting when I do a spin. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details. Here we have the lace front, which we've talked about, those beautiful lighter fibers in the front that just soften that hairline and make the knots disappear. We have that part line that looks so lovely and natural. All right, let's get a good look at this color from all sides. Here she is from the right and the back and the left. Just a very natural, beautiful color, and I think this blonde suits this beach wavy style especially well. Okay, so final thoughts. Julianne Lite is a gorgeous style. I'm a huge fan of these beautiful beach waves. I love that there's a bit of an angle to it and enough length to do an updo or pull it away from the face certainly. I think the Lite collection and the low density is just amazing. I have now tried all of the synthetic Lite collection pieces and I'm a big fan of all of them. I just think that lower density looks more realistic and doesn't overwhelm any face shape. And I think this style in particular, you can still get quite a bit of volume, and I think this would suit so many different face shapes. So yes, just a beautiful, beautiful style, and the synthetic fibers make this easy to maintain, as I mentioned. I love the color Shaded Mocha. I just am a huge fan of this new development with the lighter fibers being in the front and softening that hairline. You can have a gorgeous dark root and a very natural hairline at the same time. I think that is just stunning, and it makes it very easy for someone with darker bio hair that might peek through to wear a rooted color like this and be a blonde basically for however long you choose to do that. So I love this color. I love that it's warm and has a little bit of the ashy blonde in there as well. It's just beautiful. So overall, yes, I definitely give this a thumbs up, and I hope this review has been helpful and informative. And as always, I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.